Boogeyman Ben.
Hey everyone, it's Boogeyman Ben. Hope everyone's doing well and everyone had a great day. Today's video is going to be on a Christmas-themed horror film. This is a film that I left off of a list that I did last year. This is kind of a companion piece to that video. So last year I did a video focusing on my favorite Christmas films, and you know, there were some films that were horror, there was comedy, there was action, but there was a few movies that I kind of left off. And so what I want to do this week is talk about these movies that I left off of that list on accident. You know, I did mention A Christmas Story and a couple of movies like that in the list, and they weren't ones I particularly showcased. But these are ones that fall more into like the horror action genre that I think weren't talking about, because they're films that, you know, they're not perfect, they're not the best films ever made, but for some reason they're films that I actually really enjoy, and I don't think they get talked about enough. So for today's video that I want to focus on, it's going to be on the movie P2. Now this is a movie that came out several years ago. I think it's a very effective suspense horror film, and I want to talk about it, so I'm going to focus on the cast and the crew, the plot of the film, who directed it, who wrote it, and then also share my thoughts on the film itself and why I like it so much. So I hope everyone looks forward to this review. Please stay tuned. P2 focuses on the character of Angela, who is a corporate climber and gets stuck working late on Christmas Eve. What happens is she finds herself the target of an unhinged security guard. With no help in sight, the woman must overcome physical and psychological challenges to survive. For cast, you have Rachel Nichols as Angela, Wes Bentley as Thomas, and Simon Reynolds as Jim Harper. Story for P2 was written by Alexandria Jha and Gregory Levasseur. Both Alexandria Jha and Gregory Levasseur wrote the screenplay alongside Frank Kaufman. Along with assisting on the screenplay, Frank Kaufman was also the film's director. Now, I think P2 is very suspenseful, and I also think the performances by Rachel Nichols and Wes Bentley make the film. I think without those strong actors, I wouldn't have been drawn to the film like I really like the character of Angela that Rachel Nichols plays. I think she's you can tell she's a strong woman. She's trying to move up in the corporate world, and then you just see the challenges that sometimes young women face when they're in a male-dominated business. You know, it's like she's had advances towards her and things like that. And she's just trying to get home to see her family by, you know, first wrapping things up at work, and then just trying to get out of the building. And obstacle after obstacle prevents her from getting out. And then eventually you find out what the true antithesis of what's going on is, and it has to do with security guard Thomas, who's played by Wes Bentley. And Wes Bentley is very creepy. Here he plays just a completely unhinged man, a man that's living in a fantasy world where he thinks that he can capture this woman and have her for his own. He just chews up the scenes. He's very he's calm, and then all of a sudden he'll just fly off the handle and go nuts. And some of the things he does are just completely disturbing. Like I said, I think Rachel Nichols just gives a terrific performance in this. I'm with her through the whole thing. She's a gorgeous woman, but she's also a very versatile actress. And the fact that it's in this location where, you know, it's Christmas Eve, everybody's with their families, she's all by herself, she can't get anybody to help her. Every obstacle that could go, everything that could go wrong for her goes wrong for her. And you know, that helpless feeling that I know the character is feeling, I felt when I was watching it, and I think that's why it resonated so strongly for me. So and the fact that it really does feel like Christmas, you know, it's got a very cold, wintry, you know, it takes place in New York, so that coldness is there, and the fact that she's like running around in this little kind of skimpy dress that Wes Bentley dresses her up in. You just feel like how scared she is and how cold she is, and the hysteria that she's going through. It's really a good film. It's one of those ones that I think a lot of people just aren't aware of. So I really think if you're curious about checking out something a little bit different, give P2 a chance. If I had to give it a rating on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give it an 8.5 out of 10. I really like it. I think it has terrific performances, good direction, it's got that winter feel. That suspenseful kind of, you know, claustrophobia of somebody that's being trapped in an underground parking garage. I just think it really works well. So I just wanted to share my thoughts about the film P2. If anybody else has seen it, please share your thoughts in the comment section below. And stay tuned for some more Christmas-related movies that I wanted to focus on that I left off of the list that I did last year in that video that I did last year. So I hope everyone enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Take it easy. Peace.